Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever the hell you are. And welcome to my channel, not the Lost Forgotten channel. Not the mama. Not the mama. I have recently uploaded a couple of videos to the Lost Forgotten channel. So if you happen to see those at random, please check those out. Basically, the Lost Forgotten channel is the single most important source of information on the planet right now. And humanity and free will and basically everything you might actually care for is at stake if you don't learn what I have taught. Okay? Now, I may or may not be the fucking baby Jesus and whatnot, but the fact of the matter is, I have a record-breaking IQ, and I have a specific life experience that has led me to be very competently observant of certain things, among which are military tactics, psychologically deceptive tactics, and internet technology. I'm very familiar with all of these things. And thus, I have conducted significant research and provided significant revelation regarding our current situation. And let me just say this. No one really seems to understand just how bad it actually was. This was an attack on democracy itself. This was an attack on the American people. And this was an attack on free will. But obviously right now we're not going to be talking about all that kind of stuff. We're doing a broadcast. Oh yes, a broadcast with gaming. That's all. Just a little harmless gaming broadcast. No need for you trying to just fucking suppress this channel for no reason. You know, I'm a damn good gamer when it comes to the few games I play. Probably because I only have those games. So if anybody likes those games, they would like to see me play them. Because, you know, yeah, I think I sounded really stupid just then. How about you? Yeah. Glad we could agree on something. So, if you're wondering what all that typing is about, sorry I was so fucking distracted for so long. I have no idea how much time just passed. But I saw somebody saw somebody posting a meme of Alex Jones sipping wine. And I, personally, if anybody said they believed anything that Alex Jones fucking put out in person, I would start by whooping the shit out of them. Then I would explain to them why they were wrong. I would start by whooping the shit out of them. I would just beat their fucking ass senseless. And then I would have them on a yes sir, no sir basis listen and follow my instructions on what to fucking think, how to breathe, how to pee, how to eat, how to shit, how to shower. Because they have completely forgotten how the fuck to be a human being to begin with. Now, I'm back in this stupid fucking game here. Doing capture quests. Yeah, let me do some more capture quests. Yeah. So, I think this is a boring broadcast. First of all, kiss my ass. Second of all, you can kiss my ass. And third of all, I saved the world, so you can kiss my ass. Um, and if you haven't noticed, me saying I saved the world is kind of a loose term. The fact that you're sitting there questioning whether or not I'm a worthwhile YouTube provider is the only reason why my saving the world hasn't took. So, um, I'm really not sure that basically most of my moderators on this channel were even fucking Americans. Um, and just, the sheer timing of these certain people. losing their shit on me seems rather suspect. I'm the one who should be losing my shit right now. Mm. Okay, so I'm currently arguing with the drunk guy. Apparently, well, not arguing. He's being receptive, but I'm not sure whether he's a Russian troll or not. Well, anyway, before I get sucked into helping somebody with their fucking fish tank, let me see here. Can I share the watch link? Yeah. This is the way we fuck around, fuck around, fuck around. This is the way we fuck around because it's fucking boring. Alright, so what we gotta do here is keep our first striker in because this fucking place is annoying. He was have to flee.
Well, you know, I created a group called The Cold War Never Ended. The Cold War Never Ended. Created a group on Facebook 2 years ago called The Cold War Never Ended. 2 years ago. It's got the same number of fucking people that I added to it. Huh. Huh. So, trying to get people to join on Facebook. Facebook doesn't let the link go through. It sends them to an empty fucking hangout. Isn't that wonderful? It's just adorable. So cute. So lovely. So fucking typical. Die, die.
Die, 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 die.
You like that?
So we're capturing the rarest beasts. Some kind of chupacabra, I think. Yeah, you're annoying. So, you might notice we have the name Merlin up there and not know that anymore. That's because I saved over the fucking save file that I was using. Yeah. So this is a previous save file, which at least, fortunately, keeps me from having to do one thing. Although, I'd probably rather play Blitzball than do this. But I don't know about playing 20. I think it was 23 more games of Blitzball I had to play. Let's see. World champion. Fully activated. No more Blitzball. But I still got to catch fucking tonberries. Like a lot of tonberries, too. So I got to sit there and do this. And flee from this dumbass.
I'll be right back.
Over and over and over again. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, that's not somebody fucking working either.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
So if you'd like to get in here and hang out and chat, message me at thelostbegotten@gmail on Google Hangouts. Yeah, that works. Shit. I'm forced to sit here and play video games because my fucking back hurts so bad. Okay. So, drunk man is giving up on Google Hangouts because Facebook wouldn't let him come here. Facebook deletes the link. It just sends him to a different fucking empty window. Empty fucking Hangout after I click the share link on here.
Facebook does not allow the Google Hangouts link. Let's see here. Maybe I can open up the chat window and see if anybody's trying to chat with me. I see I have like some viewers coming and going.
Living my live.
Ah, I wish I could find some financial backing to start my own social media.
I have a plan, I have a name, I have a scheme, I have a marketing, everything that one would need to basically completely defeat Facebook, just to get all of Facebook's users. Just take them. Hey, look, there's something better than Facebook, y'all. This is better than Facebook. That's my plan. But no. People are busy. People are usually too busy calling me crazy for being smarter than them. That's usually what happens. And oh well, too bad for them. It cost the fucking country. Oh, but there is one interesting possibility here. Larry Flint. Have y'all heard about this? Larry Flint has said that he will pay $1 million or $10 million to someone who can provide sufficient evidence that would lead to the impeachment of Donald Trump. I don't know about impeachment, but I can sure get his ass in jail for treason. So I've left a voicemail already, and hopefully I will hear back from them tomorrow. If not, I will follow up with them Monday morning. Because this wasn't what people are talking about. It wasn't an attack on the election. No, not specifically. It was an attack on the American people. There is absolutely no need to prove that Donald Trump colluded to rig the election. The election was rigged. Donald Trump colluded. That's obvious. But what he actually colluded with was more than just an assault on our democratic system. What he colluded with was a racketeering operation against anyone in support of NATO in general. What he colluded with was a terrorist attack against the United States, in which the American people were either deceived or made fearful of those who were deceived. I mean, scared shitless. People were scared. And the news media just didn't get it right. They just didn't get it right. They got it right that Hillary was in the lead. They got it right that Hillary was going to win. She was going to win. She did win. What they got wrong was things like people saying they were going to vote for Trump, but wouldn't. They said that people were probably just saying they were going to vote for Hillary, but wouldn't. No. People said they were going to vote for Trump, but didn't. Because despite all of the obvious reasons why one shouldn't vote for Trump, there was an active campaign by Russians pretending to be Americans harassing anyone who said that they were going to vote for Hillary Clinton. I mean, harassing them, intimidating them, threatening them, making fun of them, harassing them, terrorizing them.
was racketeering. It was organized crime. It was intimidation of the entire populace in order to achieve a goal and to keep them from getting in the way. Oh, for fuck's sake. So this is called the Tonberry Room.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Because this is where you find Tonberries. I don't think they'll actually get around to investigating the Electoral College members. I think a lot of them, I mean, I don't think you should be allowed to do that without having your bank account opened up personally. But, you know, they're not going to fucking bother with any of that shit. Here's what's going to happen. A bunch of Republicans are going to go to jail. Or I'm going to destroy the world. That's it. And by me, I mean fate. Humanity will basically have destroyed itself. And eventually, it's going to result in lots and lots of bombs being dropped everywhere. And I mean fucking everywhere. I mean, it's never about whether or not I have my way. It's about, I know what's best for humans. Humans don't do what I say. Humans suffer the consequences of being dumbass fucking humans. Oh, I'm sorry, but y'all like to dig a lot of your own holes, you know? You really do. Oh, man. But yeah, if I get my $20 million, I'll be setting up my agriculture facility. And probably spend a hot minute setting that up. Just, you know, interviewing and hiring people. And I'm going to, I already know what IT contractor I'll use for the, for social media side if I decide to launch one. But I really might have to run for political office. I don't see at this point enough changes being made without me being there to make them. There was once a time where, compared to the people this day, the average person could be considered a fucking trained exorcist. People were just so much more spiritually aware, spiritually capable. And now you basically have a bunch of people that are fucking blind. Okay, just blind. Just can't see shit. Can't even. Could I set up the social network platform for 10 million? Set up, yes. Grow it for that much? No, I would need additional funding. Um, Setup would probably be about $60,000. Okay, like I mean, I'm an IT guy. You know, I'm not doing this at a retail level. Um, the people who I'm going to get on this, I've known them for 20 years.
But that's assuming that Larry Flint actually, you know, fucking respects what the fuck I've done for the past 5 years. But see, the thing is, setting up a social media site isn't hard. Um, like, I mean, you basically just got lucky. You did a fucking post-nuke site with fucking college kids, and it grew from there, supposedly. Um, the problem is, once it grows, handling the number of users, yeah, that's when you really have to, get dedicated server type shit going. But you don't even need a dedicated server to start something like that. If it starts growing rapidly, you'll need a lot of dedicated servers in a hurry. But that's the kind of thing that expands your profit potential, so you can get the necessary funding to do that when the time comes.
I'll be right back.
All I really need to sync Facebook would be my foot in the door. Because what I'm going to do is basically try to go from there to where my once the user base starts expanding, and I have to get dedicated server access, I would then begin advertising the specifics of this social media platform. The specifics of this social media platform is one country at a time, fuckers. If I'm in America, I'm going to talk to Americans. If I want to select America and its allies, I can select America and its allies. But I don't want to sit here and talk to people in Russia. I just don't. I don't have any fucking interest. Okay? I don't want people in Russia to be able to sit there and fucking troll me and shit. You know? I want Australia to have its own little Australian social media site. Okay? And those people can have the option. I want to communicate with people in America. I want to communicate with people in France. I want to communicate with people in Germany. Like, check off the countries that you want to communicate with. And every person on there is securely identified. Period. It might not even be a free site. I might have a free membership and a paid membership. And I'm also going to include a um, commuting assistance feature. It's going to basically destroy Uber as well, while also helping yellow cabs get their business back from Uber. You see, the problem with Uber is they don't secure shit. You're just a fucking random psycho driving you around. This whole platform is going to be secure. It's going to be identity based, and it's going to lobby for use as a national voting platform. Okay, so basically this private company is going to lobby to have itself federalized. It's going to lobby to have itself contracted within the government and become a quasi-government entity. And it's going to do so basically claiming that it can help secure democracy. Don't inhale the coffee. Don't inhale the coffee. Anyway, Jesus Christ. I know I'm sitting pretty awkwardly right now. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so advertisement on this platform is going to be extremely restricted. It's going to centralize around local businesses. Okay, it's going to be somewhat anti-corporate. Okay, but we're going to have two different types and levels and placement of sponsorship. One is national corporate sponsorship. Okay, and that is if you choose that country, you only see businesses that are from that country. Okay, you have the right to be in your own country and feel safe from outside interference and shit like that, from outside scams, from princes in Africa trying to fucking send you money and shit like that. But as far as what comes up in your scroll, that will be exclusively local businesses. Okay. Priority will be given to businesses opened up by friends and friends of friends. Right now, that's just not happening. People are getting basically suppressed depending on their political views on Facebook, just across the board. Yeah, man. When I start coughing, I get the fucking coughing too because of this black mold in this house. Like I always have this fucking mucus, and it's like whether I'm smoking fucking cigarettes or whatever, or just like get a little fucking just a little bit of coffee, breathe in my lung, I'll start coughing, and then all the fucking mucus wants to come up at once. And I gotta hawk a big fucking loogie. I keep a fucking spit trash can next to where I sit. That's how bad it is. But anyways, yeah, like I really what I really need to do is start an investment trust. You know, because I have so many different business ideas, and most of them are kind of things that need to happen. But then on top of that, I have a lot of political objectives. Most of the things are things that need to happen. And society as a whole will be a better, happier, more peaceful, and much more profitable place for those willing to just fucking work to make some money. You know? But again, to have any of these things take place, we need a social media platform that's reliable. Okay. In order for civilization to continue, we got to get the fuck off of Facebook. I mean, that's a bizarre statement to make, but what's more bizarre is that it's true. I mean, it's kind of fucking mind blowing to think that we're actually in that place right now. But basically, what I would want is a trust called the Nothian Trust. Okay. People who have learned what the word Nothian is, when it got into the internet, why it got into the internet, the characters Noatha. And Basically, people who understand the world as I understand it, which is, you know, a complete understanding. And I would like people who know things that I do not know, who are willing to, at this level of understanding, contribute their knowledge to fill in the gaps and complete the discernment between what needs to be debated and what can be agreed upon. We have to find out what truth is, or we're going to die of lies. It's a disease that's killing us. We lie to ourselves, we lie to each other, we lie to our children. We have teachers lying to students because school books are lying to teachers. And nobody has their bearing. Okay, like, what I mean by that is, like, when I woke up in 2011, and I found myself very confused. I just felt like I was just in this childlike, unaware state. And I was just, I told my wife, I said, it's got to take a while for me to get my bearings. I remember everything. But remembering everything is making what I remember from this life make so little sense. And eventually I was able to make sense of everything. Realize that what Americans had been taught, what Americans had thought they've learned, had thought they had been discovering, and like science and research and all that good shit had been teaching them. It was basically like, imagine if the teachers and the government and everybody in this country had been watching Alex Jones for 450 years. This country has been essentially just believing whatever it's told as long as it has existed. There were different groups of refugees that came from all kinds of different places. There was never any unified knowledge that existed here. There was never one group that said, okay, we have the real knowledge, we will protect everyone else. There were some Freemason groups who were supposed to have done this. But I don't know if they ever even made it here. I just don't fucking know anymore. But just like the council that was established at the Nautilus Theater in probably, I don't know, I don't even know, 34 AD, 22 BC, I don't know. I've got it narrowed down to between 2 lifetimes, maybe 3. No, probably just the 2. But maybe 3. I think in the 3rd one was when it burned, so it's more likely that the first of the 2 is when it was founded. But at that place, a group of mercenaries in hiding, men and women, by the way. Oh, some badass fucking women who could just kill. He was. Oh man. If you've ever pictured this kind of woman in your mind and know that they exist, you may have been drunk enough or on LSD or something, and something made you paranoid enough of a woman to just have a brief image of these kinds of women from back in the day. They would come up to you like they were in love with you. And next thing you know, you'd be bleeding because they were so quick. I think the only thing Western men have seen like that was on the movie, what was it, Basic Instinct? But this group of mercenaries who started a theater that became the great college in Alexandria, really the first university. And university in civilization is a technology. University and civilization is a technology that leads to other advancements. It leads to the success of a civilization. It's a very important invention, university. A place where people come to study and research. Study the research. But we established a council, a lot like the Jedi Council. It was called the Templar Council, or the Temple Council. And it was where the word Templar came from. It was from this Temple Council, established by retired mercenaries of the Nautilus Theater Troupe in Alexandria. And it was the slow growing of this council and the induction of local businessmen and even some bankers and politicians. And eventually the power of this council grew because anyone who was privy to this council knew that there was no comparison in the world as to the integrity of these men and women. This was a group of the wisest, most level-headed, least selfish people that I could find. And they were committed to studying as much of the past and present as possible so that they could make the most informed decisions that we could make to try to expand our territory and our influence so that we could survive while this empire that had crumbled was waging war against itself on 5 different fronts. That's the kind of council we need today. You know, you have these things like the Bilderberg Group and the CFR and all this stuff. And yeah, the conspiracy theorists go after that. But most of those types of groups aren't really up to anything insidious.
quite bizarre. There are a lot of groups doing a lot of insidious things, and there's this one group of people, and they're rich, and they might be doing it, but they are. But there needs to be a group, and I need to be the one to establish it. Okay? I need to approve of these people. I need to get to know them over a long period of time, not just over fucking Facebook and YouTube. And they're going to be in charge of this social media platform, and they're going to be in charge of the investment trust that owns it. And this is the same investment trust which I'm going to use to invest in my flood-proof buildings. Same investment trust that is going to fund responsible political candidates or donate to them. Anyways, Neville thinks the exposure of the propaganda is more important than Republicans going to jail. I don't think Republicans should go to jail. I think traitors should go to jail. Not the ones that were brainwashed by Fox News and stuff like Chuck Grassley. The ones who were paid by Russian agents to take down their political opponents because they were interfering with Russian interests and knew that it was because they were interfering with Russian interests. Trey Gowdy and Bob Chaffetz, or whatever, fucking Chaffetz and Gowdy. Those fuckers belong in jail. The entire Trump administration belongs in jail, except for Kelly and McMaster and whatnot. But the Trump campaign, they all belong in jail. They knew what they were doing, okay? And it's not just that they were using or colluding with Russia to get elected. What they were doing was helping Russia terrorize America. And the side effect was them getting elected. Okay? They need to be made an example of. This is not okay. In my opinion, they should be publicly executed. And I would prefer to be the one to carry out the sentence. And yes, I would. I would not hesitate for a fucking second. Like I said, I'm a murdering bastard. Okay? You can't be me and be anything else. There is no one else who can be blamed for all the death and suffering, after all, is there? But that's not really what I was referring to. My lifetime 2,000 years ago, that everybody thinks of as the peaceful hippie guy. In that lifetime, I was a mercenary. And I was pretty damn good at what I did. I've defended and invaded cities. I've organized and quelled rebellions. I could not make you a list because there are so many memories that they severely overlap. It's just a bunch of chaos and death and sharpened pieces of wood. You build most of your forts out of sharpened pieces of wood. You'd spend a lot of time just fucking chopping down trees and sharpening fucking ends of the damn stumps. Everywhere you'd go, you'd have to do it again. Half the time, the shit would just get left there. Well, no, not half the time. Fucking 19 times out of 20, you'd spend a week building a fucking encampment, and the shit would just get left there. Now, the exposure of the propaganda is important. The thing is, people are too weak-minded and generally chicken shit to expose the propaganda at the level that it needs to be exposed. The fact of the matter is, atheism is the result of Russian propaganda. Who's going to take that on? You know? Atheism. Not just neo-Nazism and socialism, communism. Satanism. The attacks on the Christian church, these people that the Republicans seem to like, Republicans need to figure out that they have a complete fucking cognitive disconnect that is actually so bad, it is tangible evidence of demon possession. They are so far off from being able to perceive what is right in front of their face that it actually equates to evidence that they have been blinded by demons, that there are cognitively disconnected thoughts in their head forming a loophole pattern that is disabling them from seeing basic facts and understanding basic reason. Case in point. Oh, but Vladimir Putin's cool. What's wrong with being friends with Russia? What do you think of Iran and North Korea, Mr. Republican? You think those are bad people? Well, Iran and North Korea wouldn't exist without Russia. And you can probably deny the North Korea thing. But you'd have to be fucking stupid to not know that everything Iran has that goes boom, it got from Russia. They have tanks, airplanes, guns, and even missiles. Anti-aircraft, ballistic, and fucking cruise missiles. All from Russia. Oh, but Obama. Right. They're fucking being possessed. They have latent programming that has been injected into their souls, that has been triggered and allowed to erupt and silence all spiritual power that their soul once had. And this has been done to spread the infection. It's a really interesting scenario where two nations are at war and only one of them knows it. The people here aren't just clueless, they're doing Russia's job for them. The Republicans especially. The Republicans are doing Russia's job for them. And the far left is too. But of course, if you ask Trump, anybody who doesn't agree with him is the far left. Even though he's not even a fucking conservative, he's a goddamn neo-Nazi fascist. That's not conservative, people. That's not an extreme version of conservatism. That's a completely different fucking ideology. That's why I don't like this whole idea of far left and far right. That was put there to divide and conquer Europe. We weren't supposed to ever let that terminology get to America, but we have. Went to Australia first, but now it's here.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
That looks like I'm gonna get all the ghosts without getting any fucking Tomberries.
Really? Alright, Neville, have a good night, bro. Yeah, I should probably get to fucking sleep. Oh, look, it's 4 a.m. I guess I'll roll one and try to pass out. Peace. So Neville was gonna try to do a Google Hangouts, but his wife got mad at him because he gets to sleep. So, and I can't do a live stream from my normal channel, so I can't have the chat up and fucking communicate anything like I'm supposed to be able to do. Okay, that makes sense. No, what am I doing? Leave.
I'll be right back.
So at least people like sleep and stuff. Alright, if I don't get a fucking Tom Berry next battle, I'm just giving up. This is just gonna have to wait for another fucking time, man. Really? should actually. It's about even both ways, really. No, it's a little faster this way. But that is all for the broadcast. Thanks for hanging out, and sorry it took me so long to really get started on this one. Please click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're seeing this for some reason, by some miracle, a new person seeing this, go subscribe to the Lost Begotten channel. That's my real channel. Peace, y'all.